The next round of filings for spot Ethereum ETFs with the SEC is due today. That's part of the ongoing regulatory process required before spot Ether ETFs can be launched. But approval could come as soon as this week or next at the latest.
Bitcoin is at $56,000 today with an ultimate low of $53,000, still teetering on this pivot point. Bitcoin has already retraced more than 25% from all-time highs. This is the deepest retrace of this cycle. Are we done? Or do we crash further? How much lower will Bitcoin's price drop? I'm honestly asking your opinion. Comment below and actually comment on the Roundtable app. This is a bot-free way to engage with us and others personally. I'm going to link the Roundtable app below. And like I mentioned in this video from the other day, this is a shaky spot for Bitcoin. See, this was support for a long time. Now it's resistance. We almost reclaimed it as support, but looks to be like resistance now. We'll have to see where this shakes out. Yet still, this is weakness. The question is this weakness to take advantage of or weakness to stay away from? Chart expert Carter Worth gives his opinion. Interesting what he concludes at the end.
Weakness to take advantage of or weakness to stay away from? It gets down to that. It's one or the other. Let's figure it out together. This goes back to 2015, Bitcoin at 200. Now let's annotate it. First chart, second chart. You can see the lines are well defined. You can call that an ascending triangle. You can call it whatever you want. But we know that we attempted to break out, third chart, and we didn't. Now the question is, do we drift back to the uptrend line, and that's perfectly tolerable, normal, or is something worse afoot? Let's go to the short-term charts and try to figure it out. So here is just over the past 2 years. Let's do the same thing. Let's annotate it and put some lines in. Those are mathematically parallel lines, and we are down to the lower band of this well-defined channel from which we've moved 18,000 to almost 70. And so my hunch here is that you buy this dip. It should be noted that since January of 2023 to present, we've had 20% plus sell-offs. This one is 27%. My hunch is it's weakness to take advantage of rather than weakness to stay away from.
And the market is shaking out in real time. So let's go over some of the biggest news stories of the day. A lot is happening. Number one, the German government sells 17,000 Bitcoin worth 950 million, the largest single day Bitcoin liquidation.
I have difficulties in picturing, let's say, an investment in cryptocurrencies as something like a long-term stable investment you would recommend, let's say, to widows and orphans as a store of value for the next 10 years. I have really difficulties in seeing this because if you look at the intrinsic value of such a cryptocurrency, it's extremely low, if not zero.
Massive Bitcoin outflows from the German government today. The holdings are now down to 23,000 Bitcoin, down from almost 40,000 Bitcoin. Ultimately, that means that this sell pressure is now behind us.
Where did they get this German Bitcoin in the first place? That's what I want to know. Seizing it from drug dealers?
And talking about sell pressure in general, I found this chart very interesting. This is on-chain trader realized price and profit loss margin. So Bitcoin traders would only have realized losses from selling, and their margins are negative 17%, the most negative since November of 2022, shortly after the FTX collapse. What does this mean? This price, where we are now, this zone, this is the buy and or hodl zone. We haven't been this low in profit loss margin zone since the pico bottom of the previous bear market. That would suggest that the bottom is in. Take a look at this chart. All stablecoins, ERC20, circulating supply. What can we glean from this? Money seems to be flowing back into the crypto market. Take a look right here. If this trend continues over the coming weeks and more stablecoins are minted, the bottom is likely in. We will be keeping track of this chart and other charts very closely on Altcoin Daily. If you're interested in making money in crypto, make sure you subscribe for daily videos keeping you informed on everything crypto. We give you information that most channels ignore. We give you perspective that most channels don't know. Bitcoin miners are showing signs of capitulation. This is an event that is typically tied to the bottom of the market. market. We've been waiting for this. After the halving, we've been waiting for small-time minor capitulation, and it has finally happened. This always marks the local bottom post-Bitcoin halving every cycle, and it has happened. Now, besides that, we have all sorts of different buyers this cycle. For instance, the Japanese MicroStrategy Metaplanet, Japanese public company, buys another 400 million worth of Bitcoin. So what do you think about this? Is the bottom in? Let me know in the comments of this video, but also if you want a bot-free way to engage with us and others personally, make sure you download the Roundtable app, and we'll talk about it on this thread right here, linked below. Let's talk Ethereum. These spot Ethereum ETFs are days to weeks away from launching. Van Eck just completed their S1 filings after the SEC asked for extended comments. And in fact, filings like this for the spot Ethereum ETF are pouring in. Here, Matt Hogan, the CIO of Bitwise, explains that these spot Ethereum ETFs are launching soon, and this is what you can expect.
So where are we? You filed an amended S1 last week. Other amended S1s are due today, I understand. How much did you need to amend this for, and when is approval likely?
Yeah, obviously I can't speak to any specific filing, but I think if you look generally, the amendments that we're seeing coming through are relatively minimal, which tell us that we're getting close. At least we should expect to be getting close. I think the analysts are saying anytime in the next 2 weeks. I think that's a reasonable estimate. And I think when they do come, there's going to be significant demand for these ETFs.
So minimal need for changes is a good sign. It's a good sign they're not going crazy. They're not freaked out about anything that you're applying for.
There's no guarantees, and anything could change. But yes, what we've seen in all the filings are relatively small changes so far.
And then the bigger question is, how will these spot Ethereum ETFs relate to the incredibly successful spot Bitcoin ETFs? I love this analysis. I'm getting so bullish on these Ethereum ETFs. I think most people don't realize.
There are two things that are incredible about the Bitcoin ETFs. One, just the size of the inflows. You mentioned north of $15 billion. That's the most ever for any new ETF launch. But the second piece is the consistency. We had $250 million come in last week. We had 600 million in June. We had 2.4 billion in Q2. Even though the price of Bitcoin is up and down, people keep buying these ETFs, and that's a very good sign.
What about Ether? What can we expect from a spot Ether launch here? What would be a victory? So would you say it's a victory if we had 25% of the flows of Bitcoin, 50%? How do we judge whether this is going to be a success or not?
I think 25% would be a great number. If you look at the market cap ratio of Bitcoin and ETH, that's about where you would end up. Our prediction at Bitwise is we could see $15 billion of flows in the first 18 months. That would make these the second most successful ETF launch of all time. Now, I think it could be interesting. It's launching in the summer. That's a quiet period for crypto. It's a quiet period for ETFs. But if there's any softness, I think we'll see the long-term demand accelerate toward the end of the year.
Hey, by the way, guys, real quick, use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off tickets to the Bitcoin conference Nashville end of this month. Guys, ticket prices are just about to increase in 4 days. Like I said, so many great speakers this year, including me. Hopefully we can hang out. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off tickets below. Ticket prices just about to increase. Do this sooner rather than later. Let's finish up with Ethereum. I am bullish. BlackRock is bullish. Check this out. BlackRock's Buildle Fund continues to grow. The fund requires a minimum entry of 5 million, and its total assets have now reached almost 500 million, all on the rails of Ethereum. Guys, Ethereum price action is looking juicy for a higher cap play. Price really hasn't moved that much, but on-chain metrics and exchange metrics like this, it's just incredibly bullish. Guys, huge divergence between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Both Ethereum and Bitcoin continues to leave exchanges. People are buying and not selling Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yet, buyers seem to be more bullish on Ethereum lately. What do you make of this? Ethereum is becoming scarcer than Bitcoin on exchanges. Ethereum exchange balance on exchanges, 10%. Bitcoin exchange balance, 15%. The gap is widening. The gap is widening. And yet, as I'm sure many of the comments even on this video proclaim, meme coins seem to be what people want this cycle. I like meme coins. Foxy is one of my favorite meme coins, but there's a lot of good ones. The more we get into 2024, the higher the dominance of meme coins becomes. And like it or not, this is the current state of the meme coin market. Check out this video.
There's this new meme coin theory where people are valuing meme coins based off of what hot girls think. So on the left, we have Billy. And on the right, we have Dog with Hat. So which one of these dogs do you like more and think is cuter?
This one. Got a little hat on. He's cute.
They're both really cute. I'd have to say the one on the left, though.
Billy!
Billy for his looks, but I like this one for his personality.
I'm going Billy.
Billy takes a victory. Nice.
I like this one. He's just like a baby.
This one. His eyes. They're like cute and big.
And of course, there's so many different coins besides Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. Hey, by the way, we're also keynote speakers at a Cardano-centric Vegas conference in August, Rare Evo. Get your tickets 5% off using code Altcoin Daily linked below. You can like Cardano, you can dislike Cardano. The fact is Cardano is here to stay and Cardano lore is growing. Check this out.
Charlie, are you big into crypto? I guess there's one a cornucopia on Cardano that's supposed to be good, and they just rebuilt Doom. Cardano might be teaming up with every state to help with election fraud.
Oh, because of like that ledger that it keeps?
The ledger that it keeps, and they're also with the Dubai police that like for facial recognition, they're building facial recognitions for the Dubai police on the platform. So like, I guess it's, I don't even understand it, but I know that it's like safe and secure.
Hey, subscribe to the channel, join our team. We are actively preparing for the next big rally in crypto. We keep you informed on a daily basis. Make sure you check out any of our videos from the past 6 months, still very much relevant. Make sure you seek out the interesting videos over the past 6 months and make sure you subscribe because the future videos are where it's at. We're releasing tons of great content over the next few weeks. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. Subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow.